Welcome everybody. This is the second installment of Adventures in the Library. Um, the second installment was supposed to be on Wednesday, but it's now Friday. And what's happened is there was a glitch that entered into the system, and YouTube did not process the video that was done on Wednesday. So we are reshooting the second segment for Adventures in the Library today. As we left off, we had found out in the dictionary, and we're starting off in the dictionary with older dictionaries. And this is the thing that is one of the things you can do is you, rather than going from fiction to nonfiction, you can go the reverse route and go fiction to nonfiction, and that's what we're doing here. And normally there's a term that we throw about on a daily basis. We call people morons. And what I decided to do is I wanted to see how this word was used before it became a commonly used term. And in this dictionary, which is an older dictionary, this is exactly what we found out: is that moron is a mental defect. It's something that goes on within the mind, and we've learned that that the mind is considered to be part of psychology, which is pronounced in the Greek term. It's actually a Greek term, and it would be for psyche. Psyche is the soul, and the last part, psychologia. So that's how it's pronounced. Psychologia. That's the Greek for psychology. And if you are aware that I have on my main YouTube channel, where I do Big Bang Theory RL, you'll know that I have a list there called Geekologia, and that sort of gives you an idea, because I do have it in Greek, that it is a fairly geeky list. So if you want to check that out, I want to identify yourself as a geek. It's a list for people who are still coming to terms with their geekiness, and so you can sort of sign up and join that. Join the list. I have a Facebook page for that as well. That's what you'll see in the down below bar. Is you'll see a link to the Geekologia as a Facebook page, and there's also a Facebook group there that you can join. It's just so that people who are geeks, if you're having a hard time sort of dealing with this, that you can do that. So what I'm doing is we're now going to go back to the Sihi. And look at the term for psychiatrist, because at this point in time we're dealing with the mind, and what we know is that the mind is not the brain, although in many cases when we deal with pointing to the mind, we actually point to the brain. So what I went and did is, as I was reading through this, and this is what you do, is when you find the root word sihi, you'll find that there's a whole list of words attached to it. So like you have, in addition to psychology, you have the word on its own, sihi, or in the English pronunciation, psycho. Right, and it says here, and then it's sihi, and it gives you actually a better definition that we saw in it not only means soul, but it could also mean spirit, breath. It gives you something that's more ethereal here. Then you have psychoanalysis, right? Psychoanalyst, psychoanalytic, and it goes to, and then you see psychobiology. This is an interesting part. It is the branch of biology dealing with the interrelationship between the mental processes and the anatomy and physiology of the individual. And it is psychology as investigated by biological methods. So this is, and this is an interesting part here, because when you go look at the term, and you keep looking through it, you'll find the term psychiatrist well, actually psychiatry, and the psychiatrist is the person who practices psychiatry. It's the medical concern or the medical component of psychology. So you can see that psychobiology and psychiatry in many ways are related in here. Now, what's missing in here that I don't see, although you have psychiatry and psychobiology, is I don't see psychochemistry. And it's more than likely that when this dictionary was around in common, psychochemistry was really much either non-existent or still in its infancy. So we don't have any psychochemistry in here. Although we see now that it's connected to with psychiatry through to both the through medical and biology, we can connect psychology to the brain. So if we go look at brain, that's the definition. We'll see what we can get here. Okay, moving on to brain now. Oh, gone too far. Boom. Bravery, we're in the right. Oh, brain, here we go. Here we go. We have brain. And it says here, massive nerve tissue in the cranium. And you have it both in vertebrae and non-vertebrae. You have brains. And that goes. That's just go. It says nerve cell of a brain. But that's as far as it goes here. So I'm going to take a look here, and they've got something here called the cortex. You know, well, there's more than just a single cortex. There's actually more of it now. And see what we can get if we go there to cortex. And see what we get there. Comment. Conclusion. Here we go, cortex. Right? In anatomy, the outer part or external layers of an internal organ. It says kidney, and it says brain in terms of the gray matter. And that's as far as they go in there. So I'm going to go look and see what they say for nerve cell here, what they have here for nerve cell. To check that now. It might be a good idea, and this is something that you need to sort of think of, and I've kind of forgot this, is it's a good idea to have a bookmark, just go back and check where you are to make sure that you haven't gone, you know, so that you can, if you need to go back to something, right now I'm using my hand, but so it's in the, okay, here, nerve. Okay, central nervous system, part of the central nervous system, fibers within the body and organs. And that's as far as they go. And they say they connect actually to the nerves here. Control of emotions, emotional control. But that's as far as it goes in terms of what they have here. Nerve cell. And here we go. They've actually got the term here, neuron. Okay. And it says a cell of the brain, a cell of the gray matter of the brain or ganglion, and they have a semicolon after it, neuron. So we're going to go look at neuron, and in the next part, so we've gone from the Sihi part of moron to be as a mental defect, and now we're going into the brain, particularly for neuron, and that's where we'll pick up in segment 3, which will be on Monday.